Today I am going to be reviewing Gemma's Not Sure by Jill Stewart because this is my stop on the blog tour, which I'm very excited about. So I'm not going to waste any time, I'm going to just get into it and hopefully not take too much of your time so you can go and buy this book and read it. And wow, this bit of hair is so much longer than the rest. Oh, goodness me. Gemma's Not Sure is a YA contemporary set in Scotland, which by the way, I'm wearing my S&P shirt, so like that's totally relevant. Go Scotland. I love books set in Scotland. I love seeing my culture represented. Like obviously, like I've read books set in England, but there's a difference. Granted, this is Dumfries and Galloway, I'm the East Coast, so it's different, but it's still Scotland, and they do mention Iron Brew in this book, so like, winner winner. Gemma's Not Sure is technically a sequel, book 1 being Lily's Just Fine. I believe it's going to be a 4-book series entitled The Galloway Girls. However, it's not necessarily a direct sequel. You can read like this as a standalone. It's more of a companion. However, I don't think I would have enjoyed this as much had I not read Lily. Obviously the characters, like Lily's in this book and Gemma's in this book, and there's things that happen in Gemma that kind of have more context if you've read Lily. And obviously like Lily, there's things that happen in here that just give you more insight into characters and stuff. So I would recommend, I mean it's a fucking good book as well, so I would recommend reading Lily first, but you can just read Gemma if you want. So I'm not going to talk about Lily because that's not what we're here for. We're here for Gemma. This is Gemma's moment. This is a YA contemporary set in Dumfries and Galloway in Scotland, and it follows Gemma, who is in her final year of high school and is kind of going through that sort of stress of figuring out what she wants to do with her life, where to go to uni, if she should go to uni, you know, kind of just dealing with stuff. She also ends up getting involved with that sounds really, I was going to say getting involved with a young child, but that sounds inappropriate. Gemma is a pianist, and her piano teacher asks if she can help teach a little girl in the local primary school, and the little girl Rosie's kind of got some problems, and Gemma finds herself kind of trying to help her out while going through her own stuff, and it's just fun. I was going to say it's lighthearted, but this book actually made me cry. So while my hand is up, there will be a spoiler warning / trigger warning. So while it's a spoiler, it's not a massive spoiler, but it's also a trigger. Basically the dog dies near the end and I cried because I was not prepared. So yeah, one thing to note about this series is while like there's a main character like Lily's Just Fine, Gemma's Not Sure, both books are dual perspective. We have, in this book we have Lily and Tom. This book we have Gemma and Jamie, so we do alternate perspectives. I mean it's a YA contemporary, you're not going to be surprised to hear that it's a love interest situation. I'll admit I found this love interest a little bit less compelling than this one. I don't really want to go into it because it's spoilers for both books. Well, not so much this book, but for this book. But I just didn't really like these two together compared to... I'm saying it's a spoiler. If you look at the synopsis, it tells you it's Jamie. But basically Jamie is Lily's ex. They break up at the beginning of this book, so you're fine. And I just... You know, in this book, Gemma, I feel like I'm getting really confused, like this book. But in this book, in Lily, Gemma talks about how she fancied Jamie, and it just kind of feels like, Jamie, it just came from nowhere, really, this pairing. But, you know, I didn't hate it. I did relate to Gemma a lot. I found myself not liking Lily much when I read this. She was just one of those characters that would piss me off. Whereas Gemma, she reminded me of me, but also a little bit of a friend of mine when I was growing up. But I really like her as a character, and I could relate to her. And I really like the message that this whole book sort of gives, because Jamie, we're following him, he's went off to uni, and we're kind of following him struggling with that first semester, figuring out if uni's for him and what he wants to do with his life. And just that whole message of both characters kind of figuring out what they want to do I found that really impactful. Jill Stewart challenges the idea that you have to like leave high school and go to uni. Now my high school, our head teacher was very adamant that we should go to uni. You know, he was very big on the statistics and, you know, being at the top of the charts for like number of pupils getting hires and going to top universities and stuff. And I was kind of shunned because I wanted to go to drama school. So I really sort of let my school down by doing that, and then of course I dropped out. So I've not went to uni. I haven't really done anything after school, any proper formal education. And I love the fact that this book kind of says, you know, that's okay. You know, you don't have to do that. You don't even have to go into like a fancy career. Like, you can just do things you enjoy, and that's good enough. And I really, really appreciated that. I also really appreciate the fact that Jamie's mum, I hate her. She is one of those pushy parents. Jamie's got an older brother who's away doing like medicine, and you know, he kind of gets compared to him, but like Jamie's mum is very like, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that and you need to have a career and blah 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 blah. And you know, she goes off and she's like getting him interviews and stuff, and he's like, hold on, like I just told you I hated this degree that was in this area, and now you're trying to get me a career in that area, and like, you know, back off. Like, I'm 18, nearly 19, like you cannot keep doing this for me, you know. Like, there's situations where I think your mum can like speak to somebody and kind of get you a job, and then there's situations where they need to stop. But yeah, she was just one of those parents, and actually both his parents. There's a situation where his dad's talking to him and talking about how, you know, you live under our roof, so you should do, you know, as your mum wishes. And I have big problems with that. I've been vlogging my reading experience, so you can watch that vlog when it goes up. I don't know when it'll be because I still have one book to finish and I don't want to read it yet, so. But, you know, I just think it challenges a lot of stuff. And, you know, while I did have some issues with this, I say issues, they were pet peeves. Things like characters being named very stereotypically Scottish names, like Innes, and I think in this book there was Morag, and I'm just like, there's really not that many kids. You know, you might get the odd kid that has a Scottish name, but to have so many, like, not even 15, like 17 and 18-year-olds, you know, I don't think 2002 was rife with babies being called Innes and Morag and whatever else Scottish names you can Google. You know, at my school it was Emma and Liam and Charlotte, you know, it was just normal ass names. The main thing that pissed me off was Jill. Like, I obviously went to school in Scotland. Jill Stewart isn't Scottish. She lives in Scotland, but she's from England, if I recall. Yes, she was born in England, but lived in South Africa, France and Zimbabwe, and now lives in Scotland. I obviously grew up in the Scottish school system, and basically the year that I left school is when they changed the first set of exams you do. So I used to do standard grades, but then they changed it to like national 4s and 5s. And Jill took the time to like get that information for like one brief sentence. But there's like 3 occasions where she says 6th form, and I'm like, we don't have 6th form in Scotland, it's just 6th year. And it's not a big deal, but it's a pet peeve of mine. And I wasn't going to bring it up in this review because I don't want to make it like a big thing, but you know what, it was annoying me, and I feel like people never believe that blog tour reviews are honest. So there you go, there's a criticism. But yeah, like, as I say, that was just like a pet peeve, and it's not a big deal. And all was forgiven when Iron Brew was mentioned. But honestly, I absolutely love this book. I gave it 4 stars, mostly because I didn't like it as much as Lily, so I didn't feel right giving it 5 stars. But this is the sort of YA contemporary I love. Like, I used to just solely read like YA contemporary, and I just love it. They're just fast paced, they're fun, and I don't know, I just like Jill Stewart's writing, and I'm kind of mad that book 3 and 4 aren't here yet, because I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I kind of need more fun contemporary right now. That's just a moment of realization I've had, and I'm not coping. Jill, if you're watching this and you need a beta reader or even an alpha reader, I'm your gal. I'll pick up on things like 6th form. I'm so sorry. I promise it's not that big of a deal. But no, I highly recommend you guys pick up Gemma's Not Sure, Lily's Just Fine, the whole Galloway Girls series. It's obviously only half out yet. If you like things like Estelle Mascom, because I gotta get my gal in there, she actually blurbed this. I have a, oh no, she is on the blurb of the arc as well. But Estelle liked it, but I would recommend if you like her books, you'll probably like this. Just if you want something fun and fast-paced, definitely pick this up. And that's all I have to say. I am amazed that this video is so short. I mean, I'm unedited, I'm at 11 minutes, so hopefully this will be an under 10-minute video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to pick up both these books. I will leave links to the Goodreads pages below. I don't really like linking to like sites because one, we should be supporting indie bookstores and there's a lot of those in local areas, so I don't really want to like link Amazon, so you know, I'll link Goodreads and you can find it yourself. But I hope you guys liked this review. I think it's one of the most coherent ones I have ever filmed in my life. And now I'm gonna go and bake some cakes because Jamie mentioned his mum baking and Gemma wanted cake and now I want cake. And also, spoiler, the dog dies and I'm fucking sad, so I need some cake. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, leave me a comment and subscribe so you don't miss out on this gal. Bye!